I'm not used to being the bearer of good news in these videos. It does feel kind of strange. Typically, those happily ever after endings are reserved for fairy tales, and I'm not about to read you a bedtime story, but the headline I am about to read you does sound like it comes straight out of a fairy tale. Unity CEO stepping down after major controversy. So, just in case you don't know, I'll give you the real quick last time on Dragon Ball Z recap. Unity has been basically the public punching bag for the past couple of weeks, past couple of months at this point, from a terrible update they attempted to roll out called runtime fees. They were met with immediate backlash from the whole community and game developers alike because nobody saw this as a good change except for Unity themselves, because they would be the sole beneficiaries. They would be the only ones benefiting from it by getting more money from their community. However, the community would be suffering by having to pay more in fees and overall just having a less enjoyable experience. Which straight off the bat made a bunch of people leave Unity, port their games over to other engines, realizing the grass was greener and that they were in a toxic relationship with Unity that just wasn't going to work out. And they wanted to see other game engines. So that's what they did. They went over to other game engines. Unity they turned on panic mode. They hit the emergency button and realized that they had royally fucked up, flushed their entire company down the shitter. So they pretty much immediately backpedaled a day or two after and said, whoa, 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 we hear you. We're gonna apologize about it. Give us a couple days and we're gonna make an announcement. And then they did make an announcement, and that announcement was pretty much changing the whole runtime fee policy, making it way better, but still they destroyed the trust and the bond with their community. And that's something you can't just slap a band-aid over and say, oh, look, we fixed it. We did it. We listened. But you broke the trust in the first place, and it's not that easily rebuilt. So with that quick little SparkNotes summary out of the way, now the most recent development, the ending of the story, the happily ever after ending. The CEO who helped spearhead that terrible runtime fee decision, John Riccitiello, is stepping down. They say stepping down, but I'm feeling like it's more of a, he's being promoted to customer situation. I think he definitely got fired. And after looking into this dude, just doing like a surface level background check on him, you can easily find out he's a pretty big douchebag. He's a pretty terrible person. Not only is he a horrible CEO, but he's just a bad dude. He worked previously at EA, where he had repeatedly sexually harassed female colleagues, propositioning them for sex, and then threatening one of them if she spoke out on his behavior, and he got prosecuted for all of that. And here's a quote of what Riccitiello allegedly said during one of those events. I want to F you. I want to throw you down on the bed and F you. Evans then asked Riccitiello to grab a bottle of wine from the hotel bar, allowing her to leave the room, and then the next day at brunch, Riccitiello allegedly said, it would be good for your career if you keep mouth shut about last night. I'm assuming they forgot a word there. I don't think he speaks in broken English. Maybe he does. Maybe he's that dumb. Maybe he talks like Yoda. But basically, he's just a shitty person who uses his position of power to try to take advantage of women because he's a miserable sack of shit. So apparently that, along with his poor performance at EA, is one of the reasons that he was fired from that company. And then he somehow fell into the CEO position at Unity and now is being let go and stepping down for his terrible job performance once again. But anyways, his predecessor, who doesn't really have a whole lot to live up to, is going to be James M. Whitehurst, who is stepping in as the interim CEO until they can do a comprehensive search to find a permanent CEO to, permanently lead the company. But all I gotta say about this situation, let me pull up a picture of John here. All I gotta say is good riddance, sir. You're a shitty person, a shitty CEO, and you don't really deserve to ever have been in any of the positions that you've been in, from what I've seen. You haven't earned anything. You kind of just knew the right people and happened to fall into these spots. And it seems like James Whitehurst isn't a terrible piece of shit human like John is. So hopefully there's a bright future ahead for Unity. And I think it is funny that one of Unity's things that they said about John when he was stepping down, they said that Unity wouldn't be in the position it's in today if it wasn't for his contributions to the company. And I say that's for damn sure. They would not be where they are today if it wasn't for him. and his terrible decision that had irreparable damage to their company. So he really did leave his mark on the company. He left a big gashing wound on it that they're never gonna forget. He'll always be remembered at Unity. But anyways, I just wanted to bring you this bit of good news today. Maybe you've been having a bad week, and this can brighten up your day, even if just a tiny bit, knowing that a company is getting to the root of their problems, cutting off the head of the snake, and making a dude lose his job that deserves to lose his job. So other than that, see ya, John.